The bamboo forest whispered before the sun even rose. Mist hung low over the training grounds, wrapping the wooden dummies and worn footpaths in silence. Somewhere in the distance, a temple bell echoed, slow, patient, as if reminding the world that time did not rush for anyone. Tekadren stood barefoot on the cold earth, gripping his wooden sword too tightly. He had been here before dawn. Again and again and again and again. 16 years old, son of a low-ranking samurai, his strikes were always known for one thing: too late. His balance broke under pressure. His thoughts tangled when they needed to be sharp, and across the field, a blur of motion, a clean strike, a perfect landing, a calm breath. Aiko, 15, swift, precise, unshaken. Where Ren stumbled, she flowed. Where Ren doubted, she acted. The other trainees whispered about her like she was already a legend in the making. She was born for the blade. Ren heard it every day, and every day he failed again. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. The old saying was carved into the wooden gate of the dojo. Every trainee bowed to it before entering. Ren bowed longer than most, because he needed it more than most. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Ren trained under the watchful eyes of Master Hoshino, whose silence was heavier than any scolding. Again, the master would say. Ren would fall. Again. Ren would miss. Again. His hands blistered, his knees bruised, his pride cracked, and still, Aiko never failed. She moved like wind through leaves, effortless. Even during sparring, she would stop her blade an inch from Ren's throat, offering a quiet nod instead of mockery. That almost made it worse. One evening, after a long day of failure, Ren sat by the koi pond behind the dojo. The water was still. Too still. Too still. "I don't belong here," he whispered. A voice answered, soft but firm. "Then why are you still here, Aiko?" She stood behind him, her wooden sword resting on her shoulder. Ren did turn. "Because I don't know where else to go." A pause. Then she said, "That's not why." Ren frowned. "Then why?" Aiko stepped closer, looking at the reflection in the water. "Because you haven't given up." Ren scoffed. "That hasn't made me better." Aiko's eyes didn't leave the pond. Not yet. The final test was announced at the start of winter. Snow covered the training grounds, soft but unforgiving. Master Hoshino gathered the trainees. "This test," he said, "will decide who advances to serve under a lord." The air tightened. Even Aiko stood a little straighter. "The task is simple," the master continued. "You will climb Mount Kuroda and retrieve a banner placed at the summit." A murmur spread. Mount Kuroda was steep, icy, and known for breaking even experienced warriors. "You will go in pairs," names were called. When Ren heard his chest tightened. "Tekadren." A pause, with Aiko. They began before sunrise. The path was narrow, hidden beneath snow. The wind cut through their robes. Aiko led. Of course she did. Her steps were sure, confident. Ren followed, slower, careful. Hours passed. The higher they climbed, the harsher it became. Then, a crack. Aiko slipped. Not far, but enough. She caught herself, but her breathing changed. Sharp. Uneven. Ren rushed forward. "Are you okay?" "I'm fine," she said quickly. But she was. Her ankle twisted slightly. Not broken, but weakened. For the first time, Aiko hesitated. They kept moving. But now, Aiko slowed. Her steps weren't perfect anymore. Her balance faltered. The girl who never failed was struggling. Snow began to fall harder. The path disappeared. The wind howled louder. Ren looked ahead. Then at Aiko. Then ahead again. "I'll go first," he said. She looked at him, surprised. "You?" He nodded. "I've fallen here before." She blinked. "What?" Ren gave a small, almost embarrassed smile. "I trained on this mountain alone many times." Aiko stared. "You never told anyone." Ren shrugged. I failed every time. A beat. 7 times? She asked quietly. Ren looked up at the storm. More. Step by step, Ren moved forward. Not fast. Not graceful, but steady. He tested each foothold, remembered each dangerous turn. Each place where he had once slipped, and fell, and failed. Here, he said, reaching back. Careful. Aiko followed. For the first time, she trusted his lead. The climb grew worse. At one point, Aiko stumbled again. This time she fell to one knee. Frustration flashed in her eyes. I can't. Ren cut in. You can. She looked at him, anger and doubt clashing inside her. I've never struggled like this. Ren's voice was calm. I have. Silence. Then he added, fall 7 times, stand up 8. Aiko exhaled slowly and stood. Hours later, they reached the summit. The banner fluttered wildly in the storm. Ren reached it first, but he did take it. He looked at Aiko. She stepped forward, limping slightly. Her hand closed around the banner. Together. When they returned, the other trainees stared in disbelief. Snow-covered, exhausted, but standing. Master Hoshino stepped forward. His eyes rested on Aiko. Did you struggle? He asked. Aiko bowed her head. Yes, master. Then his gaze shifted to Ren. And you? Ren hesitated, then said, I failed many times before this. The master nodded slowly. Good. The trainees looked confused. Master Hoshino turned to them all. Talent shines in calm waters, he said. Then he gestured toward Ren. But resilience is revealed in the storm. A pause. Only one of these can be trusted in battle. That evening, as the sun set behind the mountains, the old saying on the gate seemed to carry more weight than ever. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. Ren bowed to it again. But this time, not because he needed it, because he understood it. And beside him, Aiko bowed too. Not as the one who never failed, but as the one who had finally learned how to rise.